Hi, my name is Aaron or ajmarkle. I am doing a series talking about Five Nights at Freddy's and Slender Man as a fan film, but with a little twist. Keep in mind, this episode will be for everyone, but the rest will be strictly for members only. If you want to check out the rest of the series, join memberships. Anyway, let's talk about the concept. So the concept is basically the story of Raider Schmidt. Raider Schmidt is the son of Mike and Isabella Matheson Schmidt. That will be for another episode about Matheson. His father used to work as a night guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. He also worked with Michael Afton. But it was a long time ago, and unfortunately, because Michael Afton was tampering with the animatronics, Mike Schmidt unfairly got fired. His wife, Isabella Matheson Schmidt, worked as a nurse. She unfortunately had to uncover some of the horrible things at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, including children who reportedly had severe injuries, and some were even found deceased or passed away from horrible injuries. During this time, however, Michael Afton was looking into it, and Mike Schmidt decided to become a private investigator to investigate some of these claims. He had multiple files about the missing children that disappeared over the past years, and over time, as the years gone by, he would uncover more when Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was done by a different company that opened up a place called Fazbear's Frights. Raider at this time, when Fazbear's Fright opened, was 18, almost 19, and he was concerned about his father. This is where things will take a dark turn. After 5 nights at Fazbear's Frights, Mike Schmidt and Michael Afton worked together to see if they can confront the person that was behind the missing children, William Afton, who was trapped in a spring-trap suit. Unfortunately, that's when things went wrong. When Michael Afton went into the restaurant, he tried to find out what his father was up to, but then suddenly, the place caught on fire. Michael Afton escaped, but Mike Schmidt did not escape. The building collapsed on top of him, and that's when things couldn't get any better. Raider Schmidt was worried about this, and he decided to investigate. At this time, Raider was just finishing up his internship working under his father, and was investigating some of the missing children cases as well. But when he went to the restaurant, it was already burned to the ground, and it was in rubble. Officer Dietrich, an officer who investigated the case, decided to come in, and he helped Raider look for his father. But when Raider got closer, he found his father's body. This broke Raider, and it would only get worse from there. A month later, Raider got a call from Colorado. His mother, who was on a vacation, was on a mountain climbing trip. But something went wrong, and the rope she was on apparently snapped, and she fell to her death. This was a very dark time for Raider, and he could not believe it. He had lost both his parents in the span of 1 month. It was the darkest thing he ever went through. But rather than give up and just sit alone and grieve, he did what his father had to do. He had to keep going. He had to investigate the missing children. At this time, his mother's death was an accident, and his father was an unfortunate circumstance. During this time, as Raider was going through this, he had to endure multiple paparazzi around him. He had to endure it after his father's death, and then after his mother. It was all over the news. Raider could not get a break at the time. During this time, another person called him. But it wasn't just any person, it was a young woman around his age. Her name was Sarah Green. Sarah Green called Raider because she wanted to check up to see how he's doing. And Raider, who took over his father's business now, had to take the bitter pill and told Sarah he would be okay. But the reality was, he wasn't. After denying it, he decided to form a friendship with Sarah because he didn't have a lot of friends. Raider had basically distanced himself from people in his life and basically was alone a lot, with the exception of Officer Dietrich. He also knew 2 detectives Detective Jones and Detective Richards. Jones and Richards had been responsible for investigating the missing children cases originally, and they deemed the cases cold and closed them because they couldn't find enough evidence as they claimed. But Rader didn't believe it, and his father didn't believe it either. From then on, Rader had to continue what his father was doing. His main job as a private investigator was just basically finding missing people and solving cold cases. He wasn't really involved in more serious cases. But over time, the next 2 years, things would be very, very different. Fazbear Entertainment rebought the rights again and started to build another restaurant. But as things continued to build up, once again, Michael Afton appeared again. The original person that was the head of the detective agency was not his own father, but rather a man by the name of Fritz Smith. But Fritz Smith had retired, and he also had his own personal demons as well. Like Rader's father, Fritz Smith was also a security guard, but unfortunately, he too got fired because of Michael Afton. He didn't really mind though, he wanted to get out of there. But as he got older, his health declined, and he passed away peacefully in his sleep. But before he died, Rader made a promise to Fritz that he would end the mysteries of Fazbear Entertainment. He also made that promise to Sarah Green, his new best friend. But something else was going on. Michael Afton came out of the shadows and came out to Rader. When he came out to Rader, he explained to him everything, the history of Fazbear Entertainment and the history of his father, including the loss of 2 of his children, Elizabeth Afton and Evan Afton. The tragedies were a lot to bring in, but Rader, he had to basically accept it. For as he said, "I don't just see death, I feel it. It's a part of me. And death may not be a friend, but it's certainly too relatable to me." The tragedy that Rader had gone through was building up on him, and he misses his parents every day. Just like the parents who miss their children. Anyway, when Fazbear Entertainment was about to grow again, Michael went against everyone's will except Rader and investigated. But just as he did so, another unexpected person who worked with William Afton in the past came out of the shadows and told Rader what he planned to do. If you guys want to see episode 2, join membership so you don't miss out on this story, and let me know what you think. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Anyway, signing out. God bless you, rock. Don't forget it.